Welcome to Bob's Room. I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Joe.
We thought you guys might want to come in, taste the new tobacco with us, see what we think.
Sounds good.
Talk about, different pipe things, a little bit of history of the pipe, a little bit of history of the shop. Just kind of, anything we really feel like talking about today.
Yeah, we're just going to wing this and see what happens.
All right. So, we are going to be trying a new tobacco today. It is, it's new for the show. It is McClelland's Premium Aromatic Best of Show. From what we know, this won the Chicagoland blending contest this year. It's one of McClelland's best aromatics. One of the more interesting things about it is it combines the typical, vanilla-y, traditional aromatic taste with a little bit of alcohol. Should be pretty good.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Joe, you load up first.
All right.
The reason we chose McClelland's Best of Show is because it's been doing the rounds around here at the shop recently. We can't keep it in stock, so we figured why not let this one be the one that kicks it off.
That's right. Well, and most of our pipe smokers here are aromatic smokers, and so we decided to start with one of those.
I'd probably say 90% of tobacco smokers are aromatic smokers.
I'd agree with that.
No, let's not let the English people get all upset. I know everybody loves Englishes too, but
sure.
For the most part, people smoke aromatic.
Right, but I'm sorry, remind me again, which Latakia blend's been the best-selling pipe tobacco since the 70s? Oh, wait. But anyway, there you go, buddy.
All right. Let's see here. Let's get it packed up.
Might as well.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's going to smoke itself. I mean, I could be wrong. McClelland's pretty good, but...
Man, the tin note is this wonderful little bouquet. Smells kind of like butterscotch.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Real sweet, real saturating, gets right in your nose. Real great tin note. Kind of moist out of the tin. It's nothing sopping wet, but it's there.
Right. I mean, you can't wring it out or anything of that nature, but it is a little moist. I definitely got the dessert flavor out of it. I think butterscotch is a good description. That's pretty good.
I was about to say, it reminds me of like Werther's or something.
Werther's, thank you. That's what I was trying to come up with. Yes.
I've got a whole bag of those at home.
Oh, do you?
I know, right? Like, I feel like an old person having it.
You like the hard candy, though, don't you?
Yes! I don't like caramels. We get stuck in your teeth. I don't like a caramel. Who am I kidding?
You'll eat anything.
You're not wrong. Like, what you like with my man? Just ask a question in the middle. No, that's what I do every time, guys.
No, here, yeah. This is like the waitress. She waits right until you load your mouth and then goes, "Hey, is there anything else you would like?" How is everything tonight?
That's gotta be like a work thing, right?
Oh, yeah,
You're like, if I ask right then, they won't ask for anything. I won't have to get any more water or drink. They'll just be forced to eat. I think this is the way to do it.
Exactly. I got 300 tables over here. I can ask this question and avoid this table. It'll be good. That's pretty sweet off the light, FYI.
Oh, yeah. Real easy light, too.
Very easy light. I'm a little surprised with that, with the amount of moisture I thought was in it from the tin, but that light's easy.
Yeah, it's not... sometimes you get tobaccos that are so dry, you just light them and...
Right, you pack a whole bowl and it's dry enough where you set fire to it and it's done?
Yeah. That tasted great. I've got like a Virginia Burley at home with a little bit of freak in it, and it's like the finest cut thing you've ever seen. I have to remember what it's called, but you light it up.
That angel hair stuff?
Yeah. Oh, God. You have 5 minutes to smoke it. Enjoy.
Yeah.
And don't expect to be not burnt.
Oh, it'll tongue bite for days. That's nice. It doesn't cloy. It's not overpowering. It's just a real nice, light dessert.
I know chocolate's not in it, but I get hints of chocolate. The hints.
Yeah, I can taste the chocolate. But I think I'm back to your Werther's hard candy.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what I've got. Ooh, or a peanut butter.
Oh, I can see that too. It's just, the taste is so saturating. Like, you get sweetness off the draw. You get hints of cocoa, caramel. There's a little bit of alcohol that shines through. A tad bit of marzipan that seeps into your tongue. A lot of mid-body smoke.
Yeah. I get more of the alcohol on the retro hell though.
Yeah. You definitely taste whiskey. The fruity notes of the sherry really shine through.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything about this really says a lot about the sweetness.
Yeah. But this isn't something that's just gonna stay on the palate, though. It's nice.
Not only that, but we'll have to see how it tastes about half a bowl down.
Well, that's a fair point, yes.
Well, right now it's just got that super sweet, mellow taste. It's not saturating. It's not like you're dipping your tongue in sugar.
Right. Well, and like I said, it doesn't hang around.
Mm-hmm.
Room note's pretty nice too.
Yeah, it is. It's like baking cookies is what I imagine the room note smells like. Like if you take a snickerdoodle out of grandmother's oven, that nice cinnamony, sugary smell that fills the air brings you back to your childhood.
Truly. What are you smoking out of there, Aubrey?
This is a Fern Down.
Ooh.
Made by Les Wood of England. He just retired recently.
But he's still alive.
Yeah, he is still alive. Now, there was a phase where there was some article or something said he was dead. And so I took that and ran with it when I was selling these Fern Downs. This guy died. He's dead. They're never making any more of it. And so one day, we pick up a Pipes and Tobacco magazine, and lo and behold, it's Les Wood, the article. And so I'm reading through it and everything. I'm going down it. And towards the end of it, it says, yeah, he's not dead. There's a lot of rumors that this guy's dead. I don't know who keeps telling people this guy's dead, but he's not. Now, guys, I'm not going to take all the credit for that, but I'm here to tell you, I told a lot of people this guy died. I killed off my second favorite pipe maker. And what's so great about the way Les Wood started out is he was a silversmith for Dunhill. And he was a silversmith for a long, long time for Dunhill. Finally, at a certain point in time, Dunhill said, hey, we're not going to have a silversmithing department any longer. We're going to sell all of our equipment. Do you want to buy it? And he was like, well, why would I want to buy it? They're like, because then you can do all of our silversmith work out of contract for us. And he goes, sure. So he buys it all, sets up this big shop. And Bill Taylor from Ashton rents out the other half of the shop from him. And so he was making silver for Camoy, Ben Wade, Dunhill, Ashton, probably Peterson, if I had to guess, pretty much every English place he was making bands for. And so whenever he got to the end of the month and he was up or something and somebody wanted to do some work, he would say, well, instead of paying me, why don't you go ahead and teach me a little bit about pipe making? So Ashley taught him some. He got some from the Dunhill people. And eventually he was like, I think I can just do all right making pipes for myself. And so he starts making Fern Downs named after his estate. And he was pretty low production. He was making maybe $500 to $800 a year. And then recently he stepped down, as of like 2 years ago, he stepped down to like $200 a year. And that's when the rumor of he died started. And so then a couple months ago he retired fully, and we ended up with the lion's share of his last batch.
Now, why did he retire?
Oh, he needed more time for dove hunting, fox hunt, and skeet shooting in his backyard.
Yeah.
Those things. That's what I'm going to retire for.
Absolutely, that'd be a great idea.
Man, all this pipe making, I really just don't have the time to do all this luxurious stuff. I can't take care of my stabled horses.
Tough gig. Truly a tough gig.
Speaking of, history on pipes, that was one of the things that we definitely, this hobby is something that's very special to all of us that do it. I mean, that's why you're watching, that's why we're watching, or we're doing this. It's to really give people the opportunity to learn about the hobby, because so much of it's just, hearsay and things like that, and you don't really get to talk to somebody in the industry. It's always like, oh, I read this on a forum, I saw this article, there's Pipepedia here, and you never really know. And because the shop has been in business for so long, we've been in the pipe business for 44 years.
Yep.
And so we have the opportunity to actually talk to a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, even with the people we talk to, the history of the pipe still is this kind of
it's still
nebulous,
myriad of different stories.
There's a great moment from the start of the pipe history, all the way back. We can't even agree on who got it started, right? Because Spain's over here, and they've got the southern portions, and France is over here doing whatever it is the French do. And the English are up on this side, and every one of them has a story about how they introduced pipes into Europe.
Because there's so many different, you hear Native Americans, you hear, what do you hear?
Well, surely they got it from the Native Americans.
Well, you also hear Egypt thrown in that a lot, too.
Oh, yeah, you've got some anecdotes of ancient Egypt and Greece, but they didn't have the plant. They had to be smoking some herbs for health benefits.
Yeah, medicinal purposes even back then. I mean, I'm sure they knew about glaucoma.
Oh, that's right, Crohn's disease. Yep.
Wait, it fixed Crohn's?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but surely they got the tobacco and the pipes we know from the Native Americans.
Yeah, the New World is where tobacco started, which is what we like.
But even with that, you've got some debates.
Like what?
So, okay, in the western side, they smoked largely stone pipes. And in the southern part, they largely smoked stone pipes.
Mm-hmm.
But in the eastern side of things, they smoked clay pipes.
Oh.
So, the Spanish claim that they introduced the stone pipe to Europe. European makers decided to make clay out of that.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right. Especially when you consider the French, they have a theory, and since they were largely on that southern eastern side, of having clay pipes. So they took the clay pipes back to Europe, and they started reproducing clay pipes. That makes a little bit more sense. The biggest claim to fame, of course, Sir Walter Raleigh.
Right. That's the one everybody thinks of. It's the over-the-counter blend. He came here, got all the tobacco.
Interestingly enough, the guy that actually introduced Sir Walter Raleigh to it reportedly carries the name Ralph Lane.
So is that any connection to Scandinavian Tobacco's Lane?
I don't know. It's
as far as I'm concerned, it does now, because that's the best.
Right.
Also, Lane would be happy to say that too.
It seems like they would be saying that if that was the case, right?
It would. It seemed like that'd be a promotional point, right?
That would be immediately the first thing I said.
Yeah.
So, we gave it to Sir Walter Riley. That's exactly what we did. Yeah.
So Ralph Lane was the provincial governor of Virginia, and Raleigh was coming over to, help trade and get things moving. And Lane apparently gave him some clay pipes and said, we need to do something about this. And Raleigh smoked it, took it back to Elizabeth II. She smoked it, and they went, yeah, okay, he has a point. We should do something about this.
This seems like a real great idea.
So that got that started. They started making clay pipes all over England, all over Europe. And then, around the 1700s, 1723, I think, is the official version. A count in Hungary gets a delivery from Turkey.
Okay.
2 meerschaum blocks. He's like, well, what do I do with this? So he goes down, finds a couple of craftsmen hanging out in Hungary there, and says, make me a pipe, make me something out of this. And the craftsmen come back with meerschaum pipes.
I like how immediately, like, okay, we get something. You like to smoke? Yeah, I like to smoke. I got you.
Exactly. But even there, it may not just be this hungry guy.
Well, because, they can't. I find it odd. Like, I get that, they don't ship unprocessed meerschaum out of Turkey.
Now, that's a relatively new development.
Really?
By relatively new, I mean it happened within the last century.
That's new enough for me.
Yeah, in the pipe world, that's new enough. Somewhere around 70 years prior to the Hungarian count,
right,
there's a French story. Sensing a theme? So apparently, 75 to 100 years prior to the Hungarian claim, there's a French claim.
Uh-huh.
Sensing a theme here with the French?
They may or may not have taken their claim in a lot of things here. And we're not going to take away anything from that because, briar piping. But we're going to get to that, guys.
Right. So, okay. Apparently there was a French artist who was studying under an Italian artist, and somehow the trade between Italy and Turkey at the time, they got meerschaum blocks and started carving pipes.
Okay.
But wait a minute, it gets better.
It ain't so.
There's a Polish rumor that the king of Poland went down and liberated Vienna, found meerschaum there, and Poland introduced the meerschaum pipe.
Nah. I'm not going to roll with that one, I'm sorry.
That sounds like a stretch, right?
Well, I mean, just within this industry, you don't hear so much about Polish pipes.
Right.
Like, if I had the opportunity to say anything about Poland, guys, I'll be the first to admit, if there's anything historically of value added to your product, I will sing it hard.
It's true, I've seen him do it.
But I've never heard anything about Poland.
No.
And it's kind of my livelihood to know this.
Right. So, anyway, I'm crediting the Hungarian count.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Because those are close enough anyways.
So, then, 100 years later, some Frenchman, now this one seems the legitimate rumor, is traveling from Paris to where Napoleon was born, because Napoleon and the French, and he's traveling through the region of St. Claude, and he drops his clay pipe. Well, if you drop a clay pipe, good things are going to happen. And he finds this farmer. He turns to the farmer and says, I need a new pipe.
That seems like a real kind of like highbrow move where you walk up to somebody and like walk and you break one of your things, you're like the nearest person, you're like, hey you, servant, come here.
Exactly. It seems like a very, elitist French thing to do, right?
I need more apparatus to smoke with. Make one for me.
So magically, this farmer goes out to his field, finds a white heath briar, and makes this guy a pipe.
Also, I want to talk about just like the weird, like, subservient attitude of, well, this guy talks. I guess I gotta make a pipe. Oh, God. I had things to tend to, crops to grow.
Fields to fertilize.
No, man, I gotta make this guy a pipe, apparently.
So, and that is apparently the birth of the briar pipe.
In the city of St. Claude, France, as you're going in, there's this giant wooden sign that says home of the briar pipe. Chacombe was the first briar company that there was. That's definitely established. They're still here today. We have several, Chacombe pipes here.
Yeah.
I've got a Chacombe pipe of my own. I love it. One of the things I did with it is, so it's a French pipe, right?
Right.
I smoke Englishes out of it. Right?
Attaboy. Well, I mean, it's kind of like what we're doing here, right? We've got two English pipes and we're smoking American tobacco out of it.
Oh, man, it's one level deeper. It's pipeception.
That's right, yeah. So that's how we got the briar pipes, reportedly.
My favorite.
But again, I mean, these people claim, and then that people claim, and then these people have a thought on it? But that's one of the great things about the industry, is just...
You can speak it into existence, guys. Trust me. I'm the greatest tobacconist in the country.
Well, I'm glad you worked that in.
I'm not going to say his name or anything like that, but he claimed to be the best American carver.
Right.
And I'm like, well, how exactly do you prove that? Like, you can't do it by sheer numbers and quality of pipes. At a certain point, you know, if your quality of briar is good enough, and if your drilling is exactly as it should be, what is it imaginative? Like, you know, I'm this creative, so I must be the best. At a certain point, what does it make sense? So I was like, well, I'm the greatest tobacconist in the country. Then prove me wrong.
Several have tried, by the way. But let's be honest. The greatest thing to happen to the pipe, really, especially after the clay period, was figuring out the bend.
No, we've talked about this multiple times.
We have.
The problem that I have with this is that you're wrong. It's like bent pipes are more work.
Why are they more work?
Are harder to clean.
No.
Yes. Look, you take. Okay. So does that mean you want to go ahead and sell 100 bent pipes to 100 new people,
Yes.
as opposed to straights?
Yes.
You really hate yourself deep down, don't you?
No.
No, you hate yourself a little bit, because that would be miserable. They'd all be trying to sit this pipe cleaner down this bent stem, and you have to explain to all 100 of them, you got to turn it. And they're going, oh, I'm turning it. What am I doing wrong? It's not going through. And you're going, you're supposed to turn it.
I've never had it run that bad.
Yeah, it's because you haven't had 100 idiots yet. I mean, new pipe smokers.
You slide the pipe cleaner down there, and you go, eat, and it ends up in the hole.
Process of putting the bent pipe cleaner down it, just do
I
this
just
whole,
put it down the stem.
and then when it hangs up,
I don't typically have that issue.
yeah, on a lower quality pipe, if it were to hang up, what would you do next?
Just eat.
You turn it a little bit.
Microscopically.
Wait, do you say that sometimes you have to bend the end of the pipe cleaner to get it through? Because I've seen you do it. Yeah, I've seen you have to do it on other pipes. Oh, hold on. Oh my God, there's no. Oh God. There's no bend. Not only that, Kobe, rang it.
Sure you did, buddy. See, your statement about ringing the thing is as erroneous as your straight pipe argument.
Prove it. That came out of a bucket. The bucket's not there. Shenanigans and trickery.
Whatever you need to help you sleep tonight, buddy.
But see, also, the straight pipe gives this aura of masculinity, this strength. But the straight pipe is really where it's at. Not only do you have the easier cleaning process, which I just proved.
No, you didn't.
See how easy that woke up? Just like
You're
that.
holding a pipe cleaner.
They have imagination. They're the greatest pipe carvers in the country.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, it has a beautiful hold when you sit in. I can point things.
Yeah. You know what? I can point.
No.
You know what else you're talking about? All this work that I'm having to do. Go ahead, say something.
Clever. I'll get to that. It is easier to hold a bent pipe in your mouth.
It is.
And that's
more comfortable. You sit back. You relax.
Unfortunately, you don't get the traditional shape. You don't get.
And you just let the smoke carry away whatever your numbskull.
You mean the smoke
is
that carries
hanging out.
directly into your eyes? Like I'm watching the pipe smoke and roll directly into your eyes.
Actually,
See, because
it watching it roll up the side of my head. But okay, whatever.
No. Does it really matter? I saw it in your face.
I didn't see it. I didn't feel it in my face.
Well, I know you couldn't see it in your face. It was covered by smoke. Anyways.
Go ahead, buddy.
See, mine is lifted up. No issue there.
Yeah.
It's already out of my face. It's gone. I have no issue.
Uh-huh.
And I get this sweet GoPro cam look at my pipe.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the saddle stem looks like garbage on a bent pipe. Yeah, see how it's tapered? Because even you yourself would not buy a saddle stem bent pipe.
You want me to go get a saddle stem and smoke out of it? I mean, this is more
Do you,
comfortable.
wait,
It's
do you
more
even
convenient.
own a saddle stem bent pipe?
Yes, my whole yard.
Oh, okay.
You didn't ask me if it was of any repute. You just said, do I own one?
I mean, I like billiards. There's nothing wrong with them.
Also, has my Sir Jacopo got a saddle stem on it? It may be tapered.
I don't know. It might be
Peterson?
Peterson. Yeah, that's fair. But anyways, that's not the point.
Okay.
The point is straight pipes look better.
You're objectively wrong.
I feel like you don't know what the word objective means.
I look brilliant. You know who else really enjoyed bent pipes? Einstein. Einstein really enjoyed bent pipes.
Yeah, you know who enjoyed straight pipes? Tolkien.
Very shallow.
Now, his taste in tobacco was really bad, but
It's somewhat questionable. Somewhat questionable. But, I mean, what did they really have? Well, actually, they had some good things at that point.
yeah, he just smoked crappy tobacco. It's like Joseph Stalin. Joseph
okay,
Stalin
well,
smoked the worst tobacco on earth.
That's what I was about to say. Well, no, wait a minute. Stalin, let's be honest, is in a realm of his own.
Which is, okay, in a whole nother aspect of that, Stalin also was probably smoking the worst thing because that's the best thing in Russia.
Well, wasn't he, like, cutting open Russian cigarettes and putting that in his pipe?
Well, it's the same type of tobacco, that Nicotina rusticana.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, their cigarettes are that.
That makes my tongue hurt just thinking about it.
That makes me crap blood.
But, I mean, that's another lore thing, right?
Yeah, another one of those things. Just great history.
Like how straight pipes are better.
And so, history of the Bob's Room.
I will grant you that is a myth. I will grant you that.
That was slick. I like that. I still think you're wrong because I think this looks 10 times better.
Well,
And it's easier, and I don't
It's
have...
not easier. Look at you. You're having to move it all the way around to smoke this thing.
Okay. So, you're telling me
Yeah.
you would rather have... Now, we're going to boil this down to the lowest possible denominator.
You're the lowest possible denominator.
Okay, whatever. A, would you rather have a low-quality bent pipe or a low-quality straight pipe?
You've seen my tobacco bag. You know the answer to this question. I just mentioned owning a bentful yard.
Well, the billiard's not that low quality!
But, so the thing is, would you say it's probably harder to carve a curved pipe?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Probably depends in that case on the block of wood.
Well, you have to figure, if they're making a curved pipe, you stick the drill bore down in here, right?
Uh-huh.
When it's curved, you got to figure out that angle just perfect to make it hit. With a straight, you dig down the drill bore, you draw a line where it ends, and you go it in. But when you're having to match that up, do you think a lesser quality carver has the ability to do that consistently over and over again?
Well, again.
Or do you think that drill is going to be high?
You've seen my pipe collection.
Straight pipes are better.
They're not. I'm sorry.
It looks like you have a broken arm in your mouth.
Or no, that would be my Sir Jacopo.
That sounds like a broken arm in your mouth. I can't wait till you smoke that pipe on this.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Well, why don't you guys tell us what you think is better, straight or bent?
Yeah, we are first survey.
By the way,
first poll.
yeah. By the way, if you put bent, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna say you guys are fake pipe smokers.
So what you're telling us is this poll is
Didn't Winston Churchill say, like, I know history will be kind to me because I'm the one writing it. That's what's gonna happen.
That sounds like a Winston Churchill quote. Yeah, I can't verify, but welcome to Pipe Lore.
Yeah. All right. So you start talking about briar pipes and how great they are. You start talking about meerschaum pipes. One of the things that we want to discuss is Bob's Room. It's the name of the show,
it's the name of our lounge here at the Briaring, and to really understand, why Bob's Room is so great, we really need to get to the history, because I understand pipe smokers don't have a B&M to go to. They don't have a tobacconist where they can go hang out on some couches like these, talk philosophy or dirty jokes or any of the plethora of things in between.
Right.
And we want to give you guys that experience.
Well, it's good that you bring up Rob's Room while we're talking about lore, because it runs all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
From Sir Walter Raleigh to the brick and mortar on the corner, everybody's got their stories. And Bob happens to be one of ours. He was one of our first customers.
I think to tell the story of Bob, we need to start at the beginning of the Briaring.
I think he was there in 1974 when Gus Elliott, Skip's dad, opened the shop over in the newly built Brookwood Mall. And they were over there they started as a tinderbox. They got a tinderbox franchise, and Skip's mom and dad ran it for about 10 years, sold the business to Skip. Skip hired John, the first store manager, and Bob's hanging out with him. Bob is over there in the store. He's buying cigars and doing great things. Apparently, he was just one of those guys.
Yeah, Bob was, from what I understand, he was a lawyer.
Right.
Yeah, Bob was a lawyer that would come and he'd hang out, and there's all sorts of people that hang out in these lounges. At any given point in time, if you come in at any day during the week, there will probably be about 5 or 6 people that come here every day, and we got like this abuse rehabilitation rep, and then you'll have an old retired guy. Then you've got a marketing director. Then you have a sales rep for another company, and then
you've got flooring contractors, university professors, university students.
Yeah, a lot of university professors and students. And all of them come together in this community. They're all so different, but smoking is their common ground.
Yeah, yeah.
And so Bob was an attorney that hung out here.
Yeah. He was here from open to close.
Mm-hmm. He held most of his clients in here.
But not just clients he knew he had on the books, but like anybody that came in and was like, "Hey, Bob, I got this going on. Any suggestion?"
Yeah, what do you know about what's going on?
Yeah. And he'd tell them. So then in the early 90s, Skip gets fed up with the tinderbox and launches the Briaring. Now, at that point, we're still in Brookwood Mall, and we're in Brookwood Mall as the Briaring for another 10 years.
Right.
And then in 2000, we moved to this wonderful place, which is a farmhouse built in 1899.
Mm-hmm.
We did a little bit of remodeling.
Not much.
But less than you might imagine.
Like, we gave it indoor plumbing.
And electricity.
yeah, that too. Enough so it could be a store.
Right. So, and Bob moved over here with us, sat right down from me. Again, open to close, 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday.
And the good thing about Bob was, like we were saying, he would help anybody. And there was a group of about 5 or 6 people who have all, this was years ago, and they were older as it was. I'm sure there's only a handful of them left.
Yeah.
In all respect. But they all hung out. They had a great time here. They forged lifetime bonds.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they gave younger kids a chance to get jobs, things like that.
Coming back to the lore thing, there are apparently at least a half a dozen ideas as to how it became Bob's Room.
And so that is another thing. Like, we've got a plaque up and everything. There's a ton of different stories.
Yeah.
So what was the one you heard?
So, like I said, Bob was a fixture here. And obviously, he supported the place. He helped us out when we were getting rid of the tinderbox. And so, when he passed, it was decided we need to do something for him. So, we bought a plaque and made it Bob's Room. So, that's what a lot of the customers seem to say and everything. Now, the one I heard was Skip, the shop owner. We've always allowed a little bit of drinking in here,
here. If you want to come and bring your scotch, whiskey, gin, whatever you drink, and have a couple of drinks in here, a couple beers, that's fine. You don't get knee walking.
Couple, 2 or 3,
Yeah. But some people took advantage of this, and they got belligerent drunk.
Yeah.
What sloshed,
blitzed,
wrecked,
inebriated,
decidedly not sober, and some things happened, and we were real not happy with it. Now this was before Joe or I, obviously.
Right.
But so some things happened, we were not happy with it, and so Skip was gonna ban drinking in the room. And John, the former store manager, John McCulloch, he goes, Skip, now if you tell these people they can't drink anymore, you can't let Bob drink anymore. You can't ban some people and not other people. You can't pick and choose. They either need to be able to drink or they can't. And Skip thought about it for a minute, and he went and had that plaque made, and he goes, well, it's Bob's room. Bob can drink in Bob's room. When somebody asked, hey, why can you drink it? He goes, oh, it's my room. I bought it. And so that was the story I always heard. And I thought that was just fantastic.
That's a much more entertaining story than the one I got. Not that he didn't deserve.
Yeah, he would have earned that regardless. I just think this one's a lot funnier.
Oh yeah. But that's the Lord. That's what is so fascinating about this industry. Is top to bottom, everybody's got their story.
Man, this is holding sweet all the way down in.
It really is. I'm about halfway through mine, and it is.
I've taken a lot more of the whiskey.
I'm still getting mostly dessert, I think.
I mean, I'm still getting the sweetness of the dessert, but I'm definitely getting more whiskey. I haven't had any inkling of tongue bite.
No.
I was just thinking about, what's some things other people talk about when they do a review? Oh, they talk about tongue bite and how it's hard on their tongue. I can't even begin to fathom this being hard on my tongue.
No, unless, all right, if you're puffing it like a choo-choo, you're probably going to have tongue bite.
That's how
We had a guy in here not long ago, this young guy, and he's got his buddy in here, and he's like, let me show you how to smoke a pipe. You're not getting it lit right. And he takes it, he's like, and you can hear the wood crackling.
Oh no!
There's smoke pouring, shooting out like a jet out of the top. Smoke coming out there. It's a cloud. It looks like he lit up a cigar. And you hear all this crackling and everything. He's like, yeah, I don't know why. I guess my mouth usually hurts when I smoke tobacco. And I'm like, do you think? What's the last thing you tasted?
I'll tell you the worst though. Or my worst experience anyway. My worst experience was with the carbonation. The first time I got tongue bite, I was at Loyola University in New Orleans. And we were debating some kind of topic and drinking beer. And I had clearly gotten a little more into this debate than I intended to and started puffing on mine a little rapidly. Threw that beer back. Oh, that was a mistake.
Oh, I can just... My mouth!
My tongue! Actually, my tongue came out, raised up, looked at me and went, what were you thinking?
Do you ever get tongue bite and you hold your tongue out in the air and you're like, this isn't going to make it better?
Right.
This is my life now. I have a messed up tongue.
For weeks.
It's awful. Food doesn't taste good.
You can't taste it. You have no idea what it tastes like. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. I'm smoking my Northern Briar. More pipe lore. So, Northern Briar is carved by Ian Walker. Ian Walker lives on a barge in the River Thames in England.
How did he talk his wife into that?
Hey, babe. I would like to pull my wife aside and go, hey, baby, I got a great idea. You know how we're spending so much money on property taxes? I got a way to solve the problem. Now, we're going to have to live on a boat. I don't imagine that's going to work out for me. But, let's look at the other side of this. Not only does he move his house, he moves his workshop. Carves the pipes on the boat.
takes a steady hand.
It did take something. Oh, I fucked it up.
No. This is what you missed. Oh no. Do I take it out or do I put it back in? Do I take it out or do I put it back in? This is not good.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Hey, honey, where's the how do we get to the nearest hospital? Well, I don't know. You sold our car when we lived on this friggin' boat. Oh, you want to bring that up now? Oh, so now I've got a hole in my hand and you want to ride that high horse? Yeah, that's real mature. Yeah, well, if we had a house, we'd have a car and be in a hospital right now. Yeah, well, if we were on a boat, I wouldn't have to deal with your mother anymore.
And now you're dead because you bled out.
My last words were, I hate your mom, and then died. Like, what?
So, but he carves one of the best pipes, especially for the money. But he got started with his dad.
Who got started with? His dad.
Oh, okay. So
Because their grandfather worked as a pipe repairman for nothing.
right, yeah. Well, and then they branched out and did their own shop. Well, all right, buddy. I think I'm about done here.
We're about done?
Yeah.
Alright. So, at the end of each review, towards the end of the video, because we like to make the videos last as long as a bowl of tobacco.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of people like to do a 5-star rating, some people like to do a 10 scale.
Well, Tobacco Reviews uses the 4-star.
Yeah, Tobacco Reviews uses 4-star. We're going to have our own that we found that we've used over the years working here that works for us. So, it'll start out at the very bottom, which is hate it. Worst thing ever.
Never smoke it again.
Never smoke it again.
And never smoke it again, we're talking like somebody hands you a free bowl of it and you're going, no, I'll pass.
I'll just not smoke.
Yeah.
That's what never smoke it again's rating is. The next one up is which is, it was a smoke.
Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was
And yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's just not your normal smoke. Next step up.
Would smoke it again.
Yeah.
If
Would smoke it again.
Somebody handed it to you, you'd go, yeah, that's a good tobacco. I'd smoke that again.
Yeah, somebody offers it, smoke it right up. The next step up is buy it.
I'm willing to spend money on this bad boy.
There is a time and point in your life where you go, yeah, I'll want this again, and I'm willing to purchase it. I won't wait around for somebody to have it. Then, the last step, which is the highest rating that you can receive, is rotation, where you actively plan to keep it within your smoking repertoire.
Yeah, you're smoking it and thinking, oh man, this is going in my Hilton. This is going in my Northern Briar. This is
rotation to me is a lot like marriage. Like you're like, I can commit to this tobacco.
Yeah. If I see this, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to smoke it on a daily, weekly basis.
Right. So, with that being said, Joe, your honest rating for McClellan's Best of Show.
It's not going in my rotation. And it's an aromatic, so I probably wouldn't spend money on it. But it's good enough to be in that category. I'd buy it.
You'd buy it. For me, like I said, I'm much like you. I don't particularly prefer aromatics. I will smoke them. And if I do smoke them, they tend to be lighter aromatics. That being said, I can only think of 2 aromatics that I truly, truly like, that if given the opportunity, I would smoke again. And that's McClellan. McClellan's Best of Show. I would smoke again.
Well, I think fair. I mean, obviously, either of us spending money on an aromatic is going to be.
It would have to be the best aromatic of all time, and currently this is the best aromatic I've ever smoked.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. The flavor's consistent all the way through, all the way down to the last puff. It got a great retrohale, doesn't tongue bite. So, if I were going out to a party, and I knew I was going to be around a bunch of people, I'd buy it.
Oh, yeah.
if you're going to be around people, this aromatic is,
Where it's at.
yeah, there is absolutely no reason not to be smoking it.
Agreed.
So that brings us towards the end portion of things. One of the things that, we want to tell you guys is if you have any questions or anything like that, any sort of information about the pipe tobacco or the industry or anything that lies there within, ask us in the comments. We can and will find out every piece of information that you guys want. With us being in the business for 44 years, we have contacts within the community, within the industry, that we will get your information for you. It's not a problem. Any sort of question. It could be anything from basic, how do I avoid tongue bite? How do I make my pipe shine again? Yeah. To something as in-depth as, so what's the Perique situation like?
Yeah.
Anything like that. Any questions that you guys absolutely want to know, we're here and we'll answer it. So if there's something that you just absolutely want us to find, leave it in the comments and we will definitely get to it.
Don't forget to also vote on the straight versus bent debate. Let us know what you think. I'm sure Aubrey's going to be looking at that, so, be prepared.
Yeah,
be prepared for that. But
it's really weird. I heard that straight's won already. Isn't it odd?
Well, I'm glad you already know the outcome before the game, buddy. That makes gambling on it very easy.
It was. So, I think, definitely leave a vote. We'll tally them up. We'll see how it is. And, I'm sure we'll workshop this, but we may include, like, a reward or a punishment for winner and loser, just depending on how we think about it. But that could be pretty fun. We could make Joe smoke Captain Black Grape or something like that. Or light his hand on fire.
Alright, if I'm smoking Captain Black Grape, you get Blackberry Brandy.
No offense if you guys like those tobaccos.
None.
A little bit of offense if you guys like those tobaccos.
They're just not our ball game.
Actually, to be honest, I like Captain Black Grape. A little. I like it a little bit.
Yeah, you would.
No, it's a great flavor, man. It's like smoking Grape-A-Co. But so there's that. Also, if there's like a debate that you guys want us to have about useless stuff in the pipe industry, like the straight versus bent, leave that. We'll explore every piece of information about both. We'll pick sides and we'll debate it out for you guys.
For sure.
Not only that, but if there's any sort of pipe history that you guys want us to do a bit on, we will make an entire piece for it. If there's enough people mentioning it, we totally have no problem doing that.
It would.
Well, guys, that's out. I tried to light it like 3 times. It's completely out.
That is done.
Well, let's see what the ash looks like. And come on back to Bob's room. We look forward to hearing from you guys.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next trip. And now for shameless plugs. Like, share, subscribe, carrier pigeon, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, if you guys like us, you know where the buttons are. We're cool. I want to do like one of those like real shameless YouTuber things where like, if you like it, smash that like button and ring that subscribe button and auto-monetize, because if you do it even, it will not count.
That's right.
That'd be great.
It would.